Ah! Oh, geez, you scared me there. Um, what's that thing I'm supposed to say? All right. Hey, guys, welcome to the newest episode of the Anime Dads podcast. My name is Bjorvio. Sorry, I'm a little disheveled. I wasn't quite expecting you, but it's okay. It's okay. Got a good show. Do we have a good? Yeah. Of course, we have a good show today. It's going to be great. And thankfully, I was not just sitting here by myself. I will be passing on allowing my equally as shocked co-host to introduce himself. Don't tell him. I'm going to surprise him. All right. On the count of three, I want all of you to say boo. Ready? Three. Boo!
Ah! Sorry, sorry. I'm trying to think of it like a cool. Wow, that's terrifying. That was actually terrifying. It's great to be here. It is really good that you're listening, and I appreciate an opportunity to talk with my main man Bjorvio about all things anime. Now, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about anime characters that, when you see a lot of anime characters, most of them appear young, they look in their prime, they look like they, have a full head of hair, they look like, they are, you know, going to be awake till 2 in the morning, and that's great. That's awesome. We love that for them. But today we want to honor some of our more seasoned characters in anime. The only requirement is they have to be 50 years or older. And we're going to be celebrating them today and talking about them and making lists and all that fun jazz.
And they're seasoned with salt, pepper, a little bit of paprika, and a dash of cinnamon. All right,
I like more than a dash personally, but that's okay.
a dash and a Mr. Incredible of cinnamon. I think that's the boy's name, a
Hey.
dash. Yeah. Hey, all right. Well, let's get into our improv questions to start things off. Improv questions are improv. The answers are improv. We don't plan anything here, and it's a lot of fun. So, my first improv question to you, let's pretend you were in the Olympics. Okay. You have to compete in
Okay.
three
Okay.
events, but you're just a patron. You've got three anime characters that you've bought and brought along to compete in these three events. What what characters for swimming, 100-meter swim, 100-meter sprint, and pole vault would do the worst? What three characters would you choose to come last? Because this Olympics is an opposite Olympics. I should have said that in the beginning.
Okay. So swimming is Koro Sensei because he would not be able to even finish the event. Um, Pole vaulting, I'm gonna go with Hamtaro from the show Hamtaro because he's a little hamster. I don't know how the heck he's getting over that pole vault, even with the stick. The pole vault to him is a toothpick. So, I don't know how he's going to be over a normal sized, pole vaulting thingy. And for sprinting, I am going to go with something that you probably wouldn't expect, but I'm going to go with the Pokemon Shuckle because it has the lowest speed stat of any Pokemon that I could think of. And really, it's just a rock with little tentacly arms, so I'm not even sure how it moves around that well anyway. So I kind of think of like that episode of SpongeBob where Patrick got a pet rock and then it's going to run the marathon and then somehow it just wins. Yeah, that's going to be Shuckle. But the problem is, Shuckle's only going to win at losing.
That's those are great answers. Well done. And I can't picture Shackle in my head, but the way you described it, I think they would come last as well. Okay, well, let's get into my second and final question. Let's pretend you had to replace the actor for Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and Princess
Hmm.
Leia with an anime character. What anime character would you replace each three of them with, and why?
Dang, dude. I don't know about this one. Okay. Sheesh, okay. I'm gonna go with the easier one and get Darth Vader out of the way. I'm gonna replace him with Prince Vegeta because Vegeta kind of goes through a same arc, but not really. I think he could be good. I think that would work. Um, for Luke Skywalker, the epitome of hope, this new symbol of the Jedi Order, but also a bit of a complainer. I'm not going to give him All Might because I don't think that would work. Instead, I'm going to give him a new symbol of peace, a new symbol of hope, and somebody you wouldn't expect, but I think would be really cool to see, and that is Lloyd Forger because he can get the job done. And I think if anyone in anime could use the Force with absolute, you know, like an absolute tank and like an absolute boss, it would be Lloyd Forger if he believed in it. If he didn't, well, sorry, you're screwed. You're out of luck. And Princess Leia, that's kind of a hard one. But I'm gonna need you to hear me out, okay? I'm gonna go with Winry Rockbell from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because she's tenacious. She gets done what she needs to get done. She's emotional in some scenes. She kind of has that like, kind of afraid to tell Han her feelings. She kind of has the same thing about Edward, but she kind of takes care of them while also being the boss of them. I think Winry would be a really good fit for Princess Leia, at least in my 5 seconds I had to decide that.
Great answers, my word. You're obviously an expert on that. That's incredible. Okay, well, could you say, Luke, I am your father in Vegeta's voice for me before we move on to your improv questions?
That's the wrong quote. The quote is not Luke, I am your father. The quote is No, I am your father. Trunks.
That fits. I know, it's funny. Is that, yeah, no, I am your father. No, I am your, I don't know. I always thought it was
Yeah,
Luke,
because
but
it's
that's,
it's like search your feelings. You know it to be true. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father.
good. I like it.
Hmm.
My goodness. All right, beautiful. Well, I'd pay to watch that for sure. What are your two improv questions for me?
Okay. Um. So you go to a natural history museum, and while you're there, you discover that there is a sale in the gift shop of swords. And so you decide what you're going to do is you're going to buy a sword. But the only thing is it's buy one, get one free if you trade in a sword. Thankfully, you have this rusty piece of junk at home that your goats used to sit on. So you go ahead and you take that sword, you go back to the Natural History Museum, and you exchange it and get a second sword. But the sword has the soul of an anime character inside of it. Which sword the first sword has the soul of a hero, and the second one a villain. Whose souls are in the swords?
To be honest, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I probably would keep that rusty sword, but great question. My goat needs somewhere to sit, but great question. All right, the first protagonist that's going to be, or the hero that's going to be in the sword, is going to be someone you wouldn't expect, but you'd carry around with you and enjoy their company. It's Gen from Dr. Stone.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He'd be cool. He'd be a cool person. To go around with. He'd be smart. I'd really enjoy his company. And the villain that is in the other sword, again, a little bit different, a little bit interesting. But it's gonna be, you know um, that when Anya had that meeting with the school, and there was that old grumpy
Yep.
guy who was annoying and
Yep.
rude and said terrible
Oh
things.
gosh.
Hmm.
Can I melt that sword back down? Like, ugh.
He's gonna be in that one. Oh, what a cool moment when Lloyd punches that fly. Hey, I'm just getting a
Oh,
mosquito.
dude. Yeah, dude. Lloyd is low key. Like, I don't hear enough people talk about how awesome Lloyd is. Lloyd's like one of my. He's so stinking cool. I wish he was over 50, but I also don't. But anyway, he's amazing.
All right, second question.
All right. So at a local carnival, you win a prize, and that prize is a tail. And it's a magic tail because you can put it on anybody. And what that tail does, you can do essentially anything that you want it to, but it comes at a cost. So what you do is you decide to attach that tail to Anya. And Anya, it amplifies her psionic abilities to the point where she can read the minds of everyone around her and slightly control them to some extent. How badly is Anya going to abuse this power, and does it work on you?
She won't abuse it terribly, but she'll end up with a room full of peanuts, that's for sure. All right, that's a guaranteed. Peanuts, and she's not a massive power abuser. She's got some simple things she really enjoys, and she will use her power to gain those simple things. It will not affect me because I've actually got a tail. I've always had a tail. It's my it's just what happens. It's a lion's tail, and when you're born under a certain tree in South Africa, you get given a lion's tail, and it's stapled to you. So I've always had that. So I'm impervious to that, unfortunately. Yeah. Did you know that about me?
I did not know that about you, but hey, that you know what? Here in the States we have something kind of similar,
Mm.
only it's not a tail. It's just like everyone in the States has like a super long elbow. So it's not really all that cool. So at first you're born, you can actually lick your elbow because it goes actually to your mouth. But then once you're about 5 minutes old, it actually snaps back in place. And so then you lose that skill. But for the first 5 minutes of your life, you can lick your elbow with no
Can,
problem.
can you lick your elbow?
I don't think so.
My my wife actually can. That's her party trick, just by the way, and I'll show you off podcast. But I cannot.
I'm gonna see. Yeah, no, no.
No. It's yeah, a bit of a party trick, but okay. Well, those are great questions. I appreciate them. Let's move on to the conversation that we're going to have today about people or anime characters over 50 who we appreciate, who we love, who we care for. Let's just go one, have a conversation about it. You can start if you like, because I guarantee you've got three of mine on your list, but you can start.
Probably, probably. The first one I want to bring up is one I actually forgot about, but he's one of my favorite villains in all of any kind of anime, and that's Wrath from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Führer King
Wrath.
Bradley.
Oh, of course. He's a, how old is he? Like, what,
He's in
52?
his 60s.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
didn't
want to be in as
realize.
good a shape as Bradley when I'm that old. I'm just saying.
My goodness, what a powerhouse. Yeah, he's
Right?
definitely doesn't have any sore knees. He's great. So he's in his 60s. My goodness. And he looks amazing too. That's a really good
Hmm.
choice.
Yeah, I think Bradley's awesome. I mean, for those that have seen him, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know he's one of the baddest people in anime.
Hmm.
So I don't think there's much that needs to be said. So now, but what about you? Who's and is this person on mine as well, you think?
This one is, yes.
Okay.
I think it is because I think it'll be like a curveball. Be like, oh, we didn't expect this, maybe, but maybe not. And this person has the heart of a 50-year-old, and it is Freywin.
Yep, yep. I definitely put Freyr on mine for sure.
Yes, I mean, obviously, her she looks like a 20-year-old or whatever, but she's got the soul of an older person. She's what, thousands of years old. And I
Yeah.
appreciate how she takes time for things. Obviously, she's got all the time in the world, but she takes time for things. She appreciates things, and she still likes sleeping in and acting like a child as well. She keeps her youth alive, even though she's how old? 2,321?
At least 1,000. I don't actually know Freyr's actual age.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that was on your list because I was betting she was, so I'm glad she was. All right, who's your next?
Alright. I'm gonna go with a character that I don't know if I didn't remember this character being this old, but when I did the math myself, there's no way he couldn't be. he has to be in his 50s. And I know you love this guy, and you know I love this guy because I voiced this guy. So I think it's only appropriate to come out and say that this character has an introduction and says, I am here!
He's over 50?
He had One for All for 40 years, and he got it as a teenager, so he would have been over 10 years old. Therefore, he's in his 50s.
Amazing. Okay, he's incredible for over 50. I mean, you can see it when he gets into his little form that
Oh, for
maybe
sure.
he might be. He doesn't have an incredible amount of knowledge and like teaching ability as we can see in the series, but he is a great choice. Oh my goodness, he's perfect. He's not on my list, but he's
Right?
perfect. Um,
How come the number one symbol of peace and justice isn't on your list, young man?
sorry, sir, you just look so much younger. Uh, all
Oh,
right, my
thank you. Thank you.
my next person is someone who I've spoken about before. I'm not sure if he's on your list, but he's someone who, without him, this whole franchise would go under. I think it would not work. Mm, it'll be too challenging. I really don't think he's so pivotal. Yes, he's got his faults, but he's a pivotal part of a franchise that I love, and that's Master Roshi.
I knew it.
Mm,
Yes. Thank you. Thank
mm.
you. Thank you for bringing up Master Roshi. He was definitely on mine as well.
Yeah, he's too good as a teacher. Yes, he does things mysteriously and strangely, but it's pivotal to the whole story of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, 100%. Goku wouldn't be where he is. Krillin wouldn't be where he is. Like, just in Dragon Ball alone, Master Roshi had such an amazing arc. Yeah, he got kind of got pushed back in Z a little bit, but I mean, even in Super, he made a comeback and was essential in the Tournament of Power.
Incredible. I cried so much. Um,
Oh yeah.
and I was just watching The Notebook while I was watching Terminal Power, but I still cried. What is the next person on your list?
Speaking of big animes that were the older dude played a crucial role in the plot and could not have been done without him, who has his flaws that are almost identical to Roshi's. We're actually going to take a jump over to an anime I don't really talk about that much, but I've definitely seen a good portion of it, and that is Naruto with Jiraiya.
Yeah, yeah. How old is Jiraiya? He doesn't look old.
I don't know how old Jiraiya is. I'm actually going to look this up, but there's no way he's less than 50. Like there's no way.
She's like 32.
I know, right? Like, due to some weird jutsu, he looks significantly older.
Um, but yeah, he's a great choice, a great mentor, and a pivotal person in that anime. How old is he, Dave?
He is 50 to 51 during Naruto and 54 during Shippuden, so he definitely counts.
Yes. Okay,
He's actually younger
close.
than I thought he was. I thought he was in his 60s.
Me too. It's the white hair. Um, but very, very close. Okay. Um, Naruto is an anime that I really like, but I haven't necessarily um I didn't get into it as much as other anime, which I'm sad about because it's a good anime and people are, if they love Naruto, they love Naruto and that's all they talk about, you know?
hmm Yeah, yeah, for sure. And Jiraiya is one of the characters that always stood out to me. And like you can't tell me his influence over Naruto and just the plot over it as a whole wasn't incredible. And then his impact throughout the series as well. Like thinking to one specific moment. I mean, since you haven't seen it, I'll keep it spoiler free. But there's a scene or two of Jiraiya that make me cry a little bit. So, but I'll just leave it at that.
I have heard the rumors. The rumors.
Yeah,
Um,
about that parking ticket he got.
oh, it's a horrible parking ticket. He could have just overlooked it, the parking attendant, but I think because Jiraiya kept hitting on his wife, Okay.
That's what happens when you park a toad in the middle of the street.
The next person is someone that's again pivotal, beautiful, and I think can be everyone's daddy or dad. Daddy sounds strange. Dad, everyone's anime dad in a sense.
Beside you.
Yeah, he's got a lot of children. He's got a lot of children, and
Okay.
he is extremely powerful, extremely protective, and absolutely incredible. And I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
The One Piece is real.
Whitebeard?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Whitebeard is just too good. I know he's got all those things going wrong with his body, and sometimes, I mean, 50's still young, but sometimes I'm not sure actually sure how old he is. But
I'll
how
look it up while you talk.
okay, but he is yeah an incredible fighter, very kind, very protective, and such
Oh,
a
you're
role
well.
model.
You're good. He's 72.
Okay, good. 72. But he's great. He's really good. And anyone who's seen the Marine Forward arc would know how incredible he actually is. Okay, what's your next person?
I'm gonna go with another dad. He does not have that many kids. Um, he has a significantly lower amount of kids. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of times when you first start this anime, he seems terrible. He absolutely does. But you learn that he's got a better heart than most people think he does. And he's absolutely one of my favorite characters in all of anime. And we had the pleasure of interviewing him a couple of years ago. And that is Von Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, voiced by the incredible John Swasey.
Great choice. Great choice. He does seem absolutely terrible in the beginning. I was like, I hate this guy. I remember I was watching
I
it and
remember
talking to
you
you
sending
about
me
it.
a voice message about like, how much you hated him, and I was just like, "Oh, just wait. I will say nothing, but just wait."
How old is he?
At least 500 years old.
True. All right, you just make the mark. You just made it. Um,
Might have multiplied it by 10. It's fine.
I've got one more person that I'd like to mention. There are so many, but I'll just mention one more.
Okay,
It's from Hunter x
I
Hunter,
got
and
two.
perfect. It's for
So you
you.
go first, and then I'll do mine.
Sounds good. All right, my guy from he is a chairman. He is incredibly powerful, incredibly intelligent, and incredibly kind. And it's Chairman Netero from Hunter x Hunter. And he's just so good. For anyone who's watched the series, he's incredible. His kindness shines through, his power's there, and I'm sure he's 100 years old or something. He definitely looks over 100. Um, all right, you give me a clue. I'll try to guess your final two.
Okay, one of them you will not be able to guess, so I'll go ahead and go and say that one.
Cool.
This character is actually one of the first women that we've talked about, if not the first woman we've talked about. She is from a older anime. I don't know her exact age, but I can assure you she is old. She is 50 plus. Um, she is essential to the plot in helping the main character learn his newfound powers and use them more effectively. Um, and she's not the best character in the show, but she's pretty darn awesome, and that is Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, yeah, I don't know it, but she's good. She's cool.
She's good. She's cool. She helps Yusuke learn more about his spirit energy, and there's a couple other things she does later on down the line. But yeah, that one's really crucial because up until then, Yusuke could fire one shot a day,
Mm.
and after that, she really taught him how to harness it to the point he became an absolute powerhouse between the first arc and the second. So yeah, really
Goo-
cool.
Google says she's 22. I'm just joking.
I was gonna say there ain't no way.
Mid 70s, mid 70s. Hey, just a
That
special
makes more
mention.
sense.
Ash Ketchum is basically 50. Like let's be honest.
It essentially, yeah.
He's eternal, and he's been around. He's been 12 for about 30, 40 years, so he's probably 52.
Hmm. Speaking of, while we're on the subject,
How are you gonna relate it?
I'm gonna think of a character who is also kind of like a father figure, but not necessarily as much to people. This
Professor Oak.
character is yes.
Yeah. You know why I thought that? Because when I said Ash Ketchum, you were like, ah, like.
I was like, how can I hide the fact it's Professor Oak without and still give enough clues?
And
When you
not
brought up Ash, I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's amazing.
not towards people. I was like, okay, yeah, he's not the best father figure for Ash. I mean, maybe no, he's not. He's not. I mean, based
No,
on
he's not. Better than his actual dad, but that bar's pretty low. That's like saying Deku. That's like referring him to Deku's dad, who
yeah,
is still better than Shoto's dad.
yeah. What can he do? Breathe fire, Deku's dad, eh?
Yeah, he can breathe fire,
Okay. All
which
right.
begs the question. Shoto asked if Deku is All Might's secret love child. He didn't mention anything about Endeavors.
True. That's a good point. That's a really good point. If you've got over 50-year-olds in your family, give them a hug. Give them a hug. They're
Please.
incredible. They're incredible. If you're over 50 and you're listening to this, give yourself a hug because we absolutely love you and we love all over 50s and under 50s and appreciate your strength, power, intelligence, and endurance
And wisdom.
and wisdom. Okay, let's get into our improv for the day. And
Okay.
I am gonna. Could you just give us a quick haiku on quirks while I do this? Or
Okay.
poem, poem.
Quirks are like super. Quirks are like powers. They or people are born with their quirk. They are super duper cool.
All right, good. I actually don't know what a haiku is.
I think it's a Japanese poem that's like 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5 syllables, I think.
Oh yeah, haiku. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, oh, what happened to my thing? Oh my goodness. All right, I will just improv it. So,
Hmm.
um, I am going to say a random quirk from My Hero Academia.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the one that's real. I'm going to make it up. And then you have to voice that person, make up a voice for that person, and say, "Hi, and your hero name. Make up a hero name and a voice. Challenging?
Okay.
Yes. Impossible? No.
Possibly. But I will make the impossible. I will change the future.
Yes. All right. First one. Uh, first one. You whisper uh, among the wind, and you can reach anyone in the world with a whisper of yours and communicate to them.
Oh, why, hello. My, it's so good to see you. My hero name is Windwalker.
Okay, I was expecting like a cute little voice. That was more creepy. I liked it. Okay. The next one. You can give someone extra toes on their feet, but only two per foot and only once per day.
Oh, why, hi there. I'm Toe Jam, the Toe Hero, and I just wanted to tell you guys, I think all of y'all are terrific.
It's like Goofy as a Texan. Um, That was a good laugh, a goofy laugh. All right, let's move on to the third one. You can create pocket dimensions, one a day. Pocket dimensions, you jump in the pocket dimension, and you can keep, weapons and everything in that pocket dimension as well.
Hi, so my job here is I like to create little pocket dimensions and I jump right through them and go to all the stores and get all the little fruitsy, and I call myself Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket is a great one. we, it's. I'm not gonna joke, bro. We when we went to overseas, there was these little things that pop out, and we found a Polly Pocket one, and it was out of stock, and we spent every day looking for a Polly Pocket one for the girls, and we couldn't find it because my wife loves Polly Pockets. But that's a great choice. I was like, this is such a cool quirk. It's gonna be such a cool voice, and that was cool in a way.
It was different.
Yeah, it was different. All right, uh, this one, your your eyes can be taken out. They regrow every 2 or 3 minutes, but they can be taken out and used as a grenade.
Hey there, how's it going? They call me Stargaze, and my quirk is that I can take my eyes out and throw them at you. The nice part is that I can still see, so really good at recon until I blow everything up and blow the mission. So yeah, that's not very good, I guess. But you know, everyone's got their quirks, I guess.
Nice. All right, this one. You can speak you can copy anyone's voice under the sun, anyone's accent, but you don't know any languages. But you only can speak in verbs.
Greetings! Going? Fastly, so, leaving! I was like,
What's his
crap, what the heck is a verb?
what's his name?
You can't give his name. His name would be, verbing.
Yes. All right, let's give two more. Um, you can copy any ballet stance from any performance in the world. But when you do, after 5 minutes of activating, you lose the ability to walk for 10 hours.
All right. Oh, hi. Uh, my name is
What the?
ballet nerd, and my quirk is kind of terrible. I still live in mom's basement, and she kept saying I should make something of my life, and I just, I just really don't care for ballet, but like, I guess I could go make some money.
That was amazing. Again, not what I expected, but perfect. All right, final thing. Final thing. You could flick someone's ear anywhere around the world, just by thinking of them and flicking.
Why, hello. My name is the Phantom Flicker, and your ears are never safe around me. No, 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 it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you hide. It doesn't matter where you think you are safe. My only weaknesses are hats. But hear this, humans, mortals, fellow people. I will have your earlobes. They will be mine, and you will just have to deal with it.
Actually, so creepy, but I love
I
it.
mean, with a quirk like that, how could it not be?
I know. That's perfect. All right. Ah, my cheeks are sore again. All right. Well, take us home, a voice of your choosing, and throw in verb man again a couple of times.
All right. Hi, this is Inosuke Hashibira, and welcome to the Hashira podcast. Unfortunately, all the Hashiras were busy today, or we interviewed them a couple of weeks ago. So here is my guest today. We have Birdman. Birdman, how are you doing today? Cool. Running. Oh, well, that's great. Speaking of running, I just wanted to remind everyone that we are also closing out the Anime Dudes podcast, the Anime Dads podcast. We share the same studio with them. It's about time to kick them off. We're just gonna start recording early. Anything you want to add to the listeners of the Anime Dads podcast? Listening. Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. Man, you're really on it. Can I tell you, you were just on it. You're going to be a great guest. Anyway, they want me to tell you to come back next week. Why do they want you to come back next week, Birdman? Consistently attending. Ah, yes, that's right. Consistently attending. Very good. The more consistent you are, the more fun you're going to have with the podcast. So keep up with it. If you need more episodes to listen to, you can listen to the past ones. And Birdman, is there anything you would like to say to close out this podcast? Going beyond.
Girls, go beyond.
Plus Ultra!
Plussing
Plus
Ultra.